Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we are going to discuss about column level masking in Databricks. From our last few videos, we are working towards data security in Databricks. We have seen object level permissions, row level filters. Today we are going to work with column level masking. Now, before we can start with this video, it is important that you understand what exactly is column level masking. Consider a scenario where you have some sensitive data or data which are PII. PII means personal identifying information, which needs to be hidden, but you cannot permanently hide the data. For example, you cannot permanently redact the data, but you need to hide it from some of the users or some of the groups based on some dynamic logic. So consider you have a social security number or Aadhaar number or telephone number in a table. Now those columns need to be hidden from some of the users, but admin or HR should see those data, right? Now column level masking can redact or hide the data of those columns from normal users and can show them to admin or HRs or whosoever has privileges to see those PII or sensitive data. Now you might ask that we can go ahead and remove the columns from the table or permanently redact the data. But there are cases where you can't do that. Rather, you have to keep the column but hide the data from some of the users, not everyone. So today we are going to understand how you can apply column level masking in Databricks, and we are going to see all of this with demo. Now, before we can start with this video, if you have not seen our previous video with object level permissions and row level filters, go ahead and watch these videos first. So without any further delay, let's begin. I am back in my Databricks workspace. I have created a new notebook called column level masking, and my cluster is also up and running. Now, this is the same shared cluster that we have used in our previous session. Now, I'm logged in using EaseData user, which is an admin user. Now, today we are going to apply column level masking on the same table that we have been using in our previous session for our row level filters. Okay, so this is the same customer raw table, and today we are going to apply column level masking on a particular column called CPhone. So let me just go ahead and show you the data first. So I'll run a select star on this particular table. Great. If I scroll up, you can see a column called CPhone. Okay. And this contains phone number, which is actually a sensitive or a PII data for customers. Okay. Today we are going to apply column level masking on this particular column. So we are going to make sure that only admins can see the data of the phone numbers. Okay. And for all others, we are going to redact or hide the data for this particular column. Okay, so in order to achieve this, today we are going to do it in two ways. The first one is in which we are going to create a custom metadata table in which we are going to map users to particular groups, and we are going to provide admin user only privilege to see the data. For all other users, we are going to hide the data. And in the second method, we are going to use an inbuilt function called isMember. Okay, let's start with the first method. Now, I'm going to create a particular metadata table called user groups in which we are going to map user email to groups. Okay. Now you can see we are mapping EaseData user as admin and we are mapping data engineer user as user. Okay. And we are going to provide only admin users privileges to see the data for customer phone. And for all other users, we are going to redact the data. So let me just go ahead and create this table and insert this to row. So I'll run this query now. Great. It says two affected rows. So now let me expand on the left hand side. I'll click on dev. I'll click on metadata and you can see two tables. So I'll expand this and now you can see user groups. Okay. So let's view the data for user groups. So I'll just run a select star from user groups. Awesome. You can see the EaseData user is mapped to admin group and the DE user is mapped to user group. Okay. Great. Now we are going to create a masking function called phone mask that we are going to apply on the column CPhone of customer raw table. Okay. And the important part is we should return the value as string rather than returning it as boolean. Okay. Which was the case in row level filters. Now, in order to use this, we are going to write our logic. We are going to first check if the current user is part of this user group, and if yes, and the group is admin, then only we are going to show CPhone column data, else we are going to redact the data. Okay, so let's go ahead and write the logic first, and then top of it we are going to create our function. So let me just write select star from and which is our group. So I'll just copy the table name from here and I'll paste it here. Okay, and we are going to check user email equals to current user. Okay, now in this case we are going to get admin because EaseData user is part of admin group. Now we need to return this group, so I'll just change from star, I'll just write group. Okay, now the next thing that we need to do is we need to make sure that this particular query only returns one value, because our masking function would be a scalar function. It should not return more than one rows. Okay, so in order to make sure, what I'll do is I'll just type max. Okay, and I'll alias this column as group. Okay, so this will just make sure that the below subquery should only return one value, but in our case the output would not change. So even if I run this, I'll get the value as admin. Okay, which is correct. Now on top of this particular group, we are going to write our case 1 statement, which is going to make sure if the group is admin, we are going to return the masking column value. If not, then we are going to redact the value. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll just write select, and I'll write a case 1 statement here. Okay, and I'll write it from this subquery. So I'll just write from, and I'll wrap around this particular query. Okay, now in this case 1 statement, I'm going to check if this returned group is admin, then we are going to return the column, whatever value of that particular column. So I'll just gonna keep a placeholder here because we are gonna pass the value from the function here. Okay, else we are going to return a redacted value. So I'm going to format this value in form of telephone number. So I'll just use star 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 hyphen star 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 hyphen star 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 star. Okay, so if the group is admin, we are going to return the value whatever is inputted from that function. If not, we are going to return this value. Okay, I'll just put here and okay, and I'll just alias this particular column as say mask value. Okay, now our particular logic is ready. Let's create a function on top of this. So for that, I'm going to write create or replace function, and I'm going to name this as phone mask. So I'll just copy the name from here, and our input would be a column. So I'll just write call, for example, here, and I'll write string. Okay, and now we are going to return a string. So I'll just type returns string. Okay, our language is SQL, and we are going to return this particular case 1 statement. So I'll just type return, and I'm going to wrap around this whole logic here. Okay, so our particular function is now ready. Only thing that we need to do is we need to change this placeholder with this column value. Okay, so I'm going to use phone mask dot call, which is our input column. Okay, so this is going to make sure that the group is admin. We are going to return the value whatever is passed in from the column, and if the group is not admin, then we are going to return this particular redacted value. Okay, so let me just go ahead and create this function. So I'll run this. Awesome, it says okay. So let's verify. I'll expand on the left hand side. I'll expand metadata, and you can see two functions here. We can see the phone mask. Okay, now our masking function is ready. Let's go ahead and verify. Okay, so to verify, I'll just use, for example, the name of that particular function. Okay, and I'll write select, and I'll paste the function here, and I'm just going to pass some value. For example, I'll pass 88 something, some number, and I'm going to run this. Great, I can see the number because I am an admin. Okay, in case of a user, this value will get redirected. So we'll verify when we see with data engineer user. For now, let's go ahead and apply this on the table. Okay, so in order to apply this on table, we need to create an alter table command. Okay, so you can already see that particular alter table command, but I'm going to write it again. So to apply this onto a particular column, we just need to type alter table and then the name of the table, which is customer raw. Okay, now since this particular mask function would be applied on a column, then we have to put alter on the column. So I'll just type alter and then the column name, which is cphone. Okay, and then we are going to set mask. So I'll just type set mask and then the mask. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the name of the masking function and I'm going to paste. Okay, so this particular function would be now applied on cphone column on the table customer raw. Okay, so this is how you can apply a masking function on a table. So let me just put the semicolon and run this. Awesome, it says okay, means our masking function is applied. Okay, let's go ahead and verify. So I'll just type select star from and our table, which is customer raw. So I'll just copy it from here and I'll paste it here and let me run this. Great, we can see the value because we are admin. Let's go ahead and verify this for data engineer user. So I'll quickly switch back to data engineer user. Great, I'm in the workspace and I'm now logged in with data engineer user. Okay, let's open a notebook. So we already have an untitled notebook here. I'm just going to open this. And we are going to use the same cluster that we are using, is data cluster. Okay, now we already have this query written here, select start from. So you can see already, we can see the phone data here. Okay, let me rerun this query to see the effect of column level masking. So I'll run this now. Great, you can see the output here, right? And now if you see, this value is masked. you can see the value as star star, right? It means the value is masked for the data engineer user, because the data engineer user is a user in our custom metadata table. But in case of each data user, it is an admin user, right? That is why you can see the phone number. So now you understand how you can use a custom metadata table in order to apply a mask on a particular table. Okay, now let's go ahead and see the second method. But before that, let me just go ahead and drop the mask that we have applied on this table. Okay, so for that, I'll just copy this whole query till set mask. Okay, now I'll just scroll down. Now, in order to drop a particular mask, you just need to change this to drop mask. Okay, so your query would be alter table customer raw, alter column name, and then drop the mask. So if I run this now, the mask is dropped. Let's go ahead and see this verified in the data engineer user. So I'll quickly switch back to data engineer user. And again, I'm going to run this select star query from here. Now, if you see, you can see the phone number here because we just dropped the column mask. Okay. Now, let me quickly switch back to the is data user. Great. Now we are going to use the second method, in which we are going to use an inbuilt function called isMember in order to create our masking function. Okay, rather than creating a custom metadata table. Now, this function is already available and this is a built-in function. So you can go ahead and check if a current user is a part of a group or not. So return true or false. Okay, so let's go ahead and see if our isData user is part of admins or not. So I'll just type select and I'll copy isMember from here, and I'm going to pass the group name. So I'll pass admins. Okay, and I'll run this. So if I scroll up, it says true. It means our isData user is part of admins group. Let's go ahead and verify the same for data engineer user. So I'll just copy this. I'll go back to data engineer user, and now I'll scroll to bottom here and I'll paste it here. Okay, now we already know data engineer user is a part of DE group. So I'll just change and give the name as DE group. Now this all groups we have created at our account level, right? You can also create all of these groups at the Azure AD level. So you can go ahead and verify if this user is a part of that particular group or not using isMember function. So let me just go ahead and run this. Now it says true. It means this particular user is part of DE group. Now let's verify if this user is admins or not. So I'll just type admins, and if I run this, it says false. It means data engineer user is a part of DE group but not of admins group. Okay, so now we know that we can use isMember in order to see if the user is a part of admins group. We are going to show them the data of cphone column. If not, we are going to redact the value. So let me quickly switch back to isData user. And now we are going to write our masking function. So what we are going to do is we'll just write a case when statement here. So what we'll write is case when this particular user is a part of admin, then show the value of the column. Okay, else show the redacted value. So let me just put the redacted value again. Okay, and we'll end this. Okay, now we can use a function to pass in the value of the column. So this is again the same function that we have created, but this time without the help of any metadata table. Now let's just go ahead and create a function on top of this. Okay, so I'll just remove the select from here and I'll type create or replace function, and I'm gonna name this function again. So I'm just gonna copy the name of the function from here and I'm gonna paste it here, and I'm gonna just name it as 2. Okay, and we'll take an input as a column which would be string. Okay, same thing, it should return string. The language is SQL, and it should return this particular case when statement. So I'll just wrap around this. Okay, now this is pretty simple. Let's go ahead and replace the value of the column. So I'll just copy phone mask 2 from here. I'll paste it here and I'll just paste the column name, which is call. Okay, so our function is ready. Let me just go ahead and run this. It says okay, let's verify. So what I'll do is I'll just copy this from here and I'll just type select and I'll paste the column name and I'll just pass some value, for example 88222. Okay, and let me just run this. It gives you a value because we are admin. Okay, now let's go ahead and apply this particular column masking on our cphone column on customer raw. Okay, again the query still remains same. I'll just copy the whole alter query from here. I'll go to bottom and I'll paste it here. Only change I need to do is the name of the masking. So I'll just put underscore and let me just run this. Awesome, it says okay. Let's go ahead and verify. So I'll just go to select star and I'll again run this. Awesome. You can see the phone number. Okay. Let's go to data engineer user and verify again. So I'm back in data engineer user. What I'll do is I'll quickly go to the top. I'll copy it from here. I'll go to bottom and I'll paste it here. Okay. And let me run this. If I scroll up, now you can see again the value is redacted. Now you can understand how you can apply a column level masking function on top of a table in Databricks. And we have covered the data security in very detail in our last few videos. I hope this video would answer a lot of questions for you in data security and you would love this video. In our next video, we are going to see catalog binding at workspace levels. Till then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep sharing.